Yeah.
This is why we're trying it now. Might actually be the but yeah, it's chicken and more salad and fresh fruit, and like which is fine, but also like I'm starving. So thank God we're getting regular I keep forgetting I have the printer in the back of my Yeah. He's with piano.
Oh, that's good.
He was printing something. Hello. Oh, one person's watching. Oh, it's you. Hi. Hello. Testing. 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 Can you hear me?
And then we said, and then we go to
You're in all my classes with. See, I even made myself available till 9 a.m. for 2 days, so like I'm not getting up.
No, I'm tutoring on Tuesday. That's my 8 a.m. Because I feel like it would be important to know just a little bit. I needed something to fill my classes, so I'm up to 13 credits. And the other option was passing attachment class, which I would have taken if I had a $100 school and was a full load with there.
And $140. Which I bought.
Oh yeah, totally merch.
No, it's really fun. Everyone is super nice. Like, they're actually mature enough so I can be friends with them.
And what exactly is it?
It's like a 6-month, 7-hour training program that teaches you how to like run campaigns. It's like a national thing.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I just wasn't terribly sure what it was or the scope.
It's fun, but it's a lot.
So then, is it like a weekend thing?
Yeah, I have like a weekend session every month. I have to miss graduation. Well, I'll be in Washington. Actually, I'll be in Washington this time next week. Looking at my invisible watch.
Yes, tax benefits. Let's see.
we have one health sciences. I have to put on to a little more. Like 107, 108, 109. You got my one. I have a picture of my old mom. And then the screenshot is also your 100 picture of me and my dog. So she got some shit. And then that's what Jill always says. She made it very clear that she did not believe me. I've heard that. So I wasn't about to do it again. Like to each their own, but I couldn't do it.
My dear, you have made quite a few enemies on campus. My dear, you have made quite a few enemies on campus.
That's why I hate it here. I didn't cry leaving my house this morning. That's fine. And what about my dog? He was like whining every time I go.
You're a professor.
No.
No.
People have been avoiding it because it has the camera.
Yeah.
So I just can't laugh or.
We've been talking pretty freely. Just, don't trash the college or any of your
Yeah,
fellow
yeah.
professors or,
Oh, there's Emily. They're setting up more tables. I'm like,
We'll be getting started in about 2 minutes, but if you have an open seat next to you, if you could just raise your hand so we can get those open seats filled. Front table, thank you so much. Front table, we have 4 seats in here, 1 right here, 1 over here. Feel free to fill the seat so you're not by
As
yourself.
long as her head's not in front of the camera. If her head's in front of the camera, we might have a
cool people sit up front.
Cool people.
Yep, exactly.
How are you, Dr. Bob?
I want to be retired.
You got 6 16 weeks.
More or less. Just too many writing. I just got home for 2 hours with my colleagues in Texas trying to get this writing We ran out of steam, so we worked on, I'm talking about and looking on the screen, dropping off, etc. So every now and again I get out and I read it, we ran out of steam and I said, okay, that sounds decent, highlight it.
Like 8 people.
So we should go back to it. So we have 1 more day because I don't have classes.
Wow, that's
can work on it a little bit because I'm not reduced to
I
teaching.
wonder
Okay.
if that's how it goes.
That's nice.
If that's the job.
So are you all set for your classes this next semester?
I thought I was, and I realized I didn't copy the syllabus. But I have it right on my desk, so I just need to go and copy
You
it.
start tomorrow.
8 a.m.
Me too.
I've never had an 8 a.m. before, and I have one this semester.
Not start till 8:30.
Change shoes.
It's just hard, and there's extra time built into the already. So I'm like,
Over break because so many professors have come in and said, yeah, I'm looking into recording. Yeah, I've been up since like I haven't slept in a long time working on classes, and it's just illuminating to see how academics always procrastinate no matter what age they are.
Did you like your Albright?
I had them done last week. I just forgot to print it.
Yeah, so I stayed here during the week and then I went home on the weekends to do wedding planning stuff with my family primarily.
Albright.
Yeah, essentially because I quit working at a hotel. I used to be a front desk clerk at a hotel.
You worked at part of break, didn't you?
Yeah, I stopped 2 weeks in because new management and it was just a really bad and toxic work environment. Like, I was getting nervous by the usual worker. I had threatened to report them.
Right. What a great non-problem to have. We have more chairs we put out, more tables, and that is fantastic. Thank you all for being here today. I have a few things to get in the way before our main event, our speaker this week for MLK Week. But of course, if you don't know who I am, my name is Kiana Henry, and I'm the Director of Multicultural Affairs here at Ripon. This is Ripon's 7th year that we will be giving away 3 awards for our Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Awards to deserving individuals who have continued to display the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's dreams and ideals. Nominations came from all over the campus via phone calls, emails, and personal interactions. These awards received numerous nominations, and the committee had a very difficult time determining our 3 award winners today. So I will be presenting all 3 awards this afternoon. The Living the Dream Award goes to a student here at Ripon College who contributes nonstop to the dream of equality since their time here at Ripon. They serve the Ripon community on a daily basis and promote nothing but equality and justice daily. The past award winners include Dulce Andrade, Rosette Reynolds, Clarence Sannon, Yezra Sankari, Rachel Steiner, and Maddie Vega. So the nominators wrote, throughout their college career, I believe that they have become an important figure for the Diversity Coalition and Ripon College. They strive for equality every day for the work they do for their student organizations. Their group is one of the most powerful groups here on campus, thanks to their leadership. Not to mention, they continuously open up all of the group events for the Ripon community. There has been more than one occasion where they have aided the Hispanic families here in Ripon. They founded one of the Hispanic children, a Spanish-speaking tutor, and invites them to events because of how little these families actually are able to see their culture and heritage here in the city. This person is constantly advocating for the diversity groups on campus by involving themselves in other organizations like Queer Straight Alliance, Asian Student Association, and Black Student Union. They have organized many extracurricular activities for Catalyst 210 students in their video projects, inspired other students to promote awareness and appreciation of Hispanic identities and cultures, and always have been so kind and gracious and responsible in their efforts. The 2019 Living the Dream Award goes to Jairo Javier. The Continuing the Dream Award goes to a staff member who has been at the forefront of inclusion of everyone and believes in equality of all. The past award winners include Lindsay Bloomer, Sergeant Singh, Jessica Joannis, Gary Rodman, M. Dietrich, and Kiana Henry. The nominator writes, this individual is so deserving of this award for their commitment, courage, and speaking truth to power. Students always go to this individual whenever they need advice or just to kick it for their awesome emails. It is with my great pleasure that I award the Continuing Dream Award to LaParish Barnes. LaParish is actually out in the community dedicating his time as a behavioral intervention specialist for our future generation right now, so he will receive his award on tomorrow. But congratulations, LaParish. And the last award for today goes to a faculty member who has been a drum major for justice, peace, and righteousness here at Ripon, and has left a lasting impression on the Ripon community. The past award winners are Brian Smith, David William Scott, Mark Eaton twice, and Professor Joe Hatcher. The nominator writes, I began my student career in Ripon as a shy first-year student experiencing culture shock in a predominantly white institution. Classes had a pressure of speaking up as part of your grade. Being one of the 2 people of color in the classroom with a slight accent, I was terrified. Attending class was a daunting thing to do every day. This professor was my instructor for the first-year seminar and assured that I felt comfortable in their class. One of the 2 courses I have taken with them, they have sent a strong message of fighting for justice and the construction and relatively of peace. From the college consumers and corps to environmental history, I have seen them transform the classroom to involve aspects of social inequality on the basis of race and gender. There is a need for more professors outside of the sociology department to demonstrate the importance of social injustice. This professor is indirectly leaving an impression on her students by having them discuss these issues and test their knowledge through exams and class discussions. I initially gained my confidence in asserting myself in the classroom after taking my first college course with this professor. Congratulations, Professor Sarah Farhat Lane. You all on MLK Week. MLK Week traditionally here has been in January, of course, to coincide with his birthday, which of course is January 15th, but honored on the national holiday of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Day. So, but this year we have decided to move from his birthday week to actually his death date to commemorate his life and legacy. So we have moved MLK Week to April 1st through the 7th. Once again, MLK Week will be April 1st through the 7th. In April, we have the Theater for Social Change coming to do their play In It Together on the Tuesday during Golden Hour, so feel free to put that on your calendar, April 2nd. You'll also be able to hear the Reverend Doctor's voice from the bell tower during a few of his famous speeches, as well as we're going to take a trip. We're going to take you off campus to Memphis, Tennessee, to the National Civil Rights Museum in the Lorraine Motel, where the Reverend Doctor was actually assassinated. They have a wonderful museum and a good barbecue spot across the street. So we're going to go there, see all the great sights and sees, and actually learn some history. So put those on your calendar. Once again, it's April 1st through the 7th for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Week here at Ripon College. I'd also like to highlight the members of the MLK Week Planning Committee. We have our Dean of Students, Chris Ogle, Professor Brian Smith, Professor Sarah Farhat Lane, M. Dietrich, Nate Ebert, LaParish Barnes, and Brent Davis. Thank you all so much for your hard work throughout all of fall semester to plan our MLK Day event as well as our MLK Week that will be happening in April. I want to thank Sodexo Food Service because we're going to be eating some yummy food very soon, and also Graphic Science for these great awards that our award winners have received. Now I'd like to give the program over to our speaker and our workshop facilitator, Sam Alford. Sam Alford, AKA I Am, an artist, activist, and Milwaukee native, is our speaker tonight. Alford has been described as a fiery public speaker with a brilliant mind and sensitive soul. Around the Midwest, he has served as a powerful community organizer and campaign manager, has led thousands in protests and campaign causes such as Black Lives Matter, mental health, and economic justice. He was raised in the city of Milwaukee, the second oldest of 5 children. His biography states he found himself naturally the big brother and protector type of human being, yet his personal love and passion is art and spirituality, which he uses in captivating spoken word and musical performances. He has taught poetry at the Milwaukee Center for the Performing Arts on behalf of the Running Rebels Youth Organization, is a songwriter for Beat Council LLC, and has performed at Summerfest in Milwaukee and as far away as Cape Town, South Africa. He is pursuing a PhD in psychology and hopes to practice a new form of art therapy, incorporating film, hip-hop, and performing artists. So please kick back, relax, and enjoy this wonderful and fiery presentation from Sam Alford.
How long will it take? How long will prejudice blind the divisions of men? I just wanted to wake you guys up with that. That's how much I like MLK. Thank you guys so much. I want to thank Kiana, thank Ripon College. Again, I'm Samuel Alford. I hail from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My lovely girlfriend is with me, Yasmin, way in the back. And I just want to thank you guys so much for having us out. I'm a huge fan of Martin Luther King and his work, right? Obviously, like a lot of us, some of us wouldn't be here without some of his work. And I'm here to engage you guys. Listen, for the students, I don't know what year you were, but I'm not too far removed from being a college student. As you heard, I'm going back. I'm not in my PhD program yet, but I came to engage you. I came to do a workshop. I don't even have like a PowerPoint I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna play some snippets of some videos. We're gonna have some stuff happen. You're gonna react to it. You're gonna hear a few things, and we're gonna do it like that. Wake you up, keep you alive, and we're gonna challenge you a little bit too. And that goes for everybody. All right, is that cool? Is that fair? I don't hear you. We ready for a new semester?
No.
All right, one day you'll be great for this semester. I stand on my desk, heart beating in my chest, wanting to be better than my best. I stand on my desk. Sorry, Papa, I don't have the plans that you planned for me. I planned to A, I never planned to B. Just success, no failures, what I plan to see. I stand on my desk. Yes, that desk you made to keep me in order, a deceiving aura, to make me an employee rather than an employer. I stand on my desk. See, no fear won't enter my ear. I stand on my desk. See, I'm bigger than the university. There's a university in me. And I ain't faking at it. When I get to heaven, I'm gonna be like, Daddy, can I make a play? I stand on my desk. See, my poem was written down in an outdoor classroom with tears of liberation. I stand on my desk. Why? I stand on my desk. Jesus, you said we'll do greater works than these, and I work for thee, and I'll work for free, cause you're worth the fee. I stand on my desk. Yes, I'm teachable, but not deceivable. So please leave a note if you want me to go 3 below plus 3 below. That's feet, you know. I stand on my desk. It's where my feet will go. Carpe diem, y'all can't keep them. That's Latin for action mixed with my passion. I stand on my desk. This is not pride or rebellion. This is God I'm inhaling. I stand on my desk. Why? Why? They taught me to die. They told me hell's fair. They taught me to lie. They told me welfare, no health care, poverty, dishonesty, racism, atheism, patriotism, over sexuality before you know what sexuality, fear and distrust, cuss words that I would hear and discuss. I stand on my desk, taking no notes, but the one I sing, the one my king. I stand on my desk. So don't clap your hands. Knock over those books and take a stance. I want every woman, boy, and man to confess. I stand on my desk. It's okay to react. You can talk back to me, you can rag, you can laugh. So in my outline, because I wanted people to be engaged and not be caught up in a PowerPoint or flow, and really be in the moment and be present. What we're covering is time. Through the leadership through the eyes of Martin Luther King, time, how he viewed time. One time he said time is neutral. It is neither for or against your cause. It is a neutral thing that happens. If you wait for something to change, just wait, won't anything happen. It's not necessarily on your side, it's neutral. So time, access, giving voice, and closing, how long, not long. So, I'm gonna, if this thing works right, in a second, we're gonna play a snippet of Martin Luther King. I've been to the mountaintop speech. There was the last speech, actually the day before he got killed, and he talked about time. And he opened up. If you guys could be born at any time throughout history, when would you be born? Any time in history. The Renaissance, and then Egypt and Kemet way back in the day. 30 years from now. Two people, somebody tell me really quick, when would you be born? I told you, I'm here to talk to you. I'm not here to just dance for you, say you had a good time. Anybody, when would you be born? Just shout it out.
Right now.
Right now?
50 years from today.
90s. So you want to be what? Did you want to be born in the 90s? Or would you want to be like an adult in the 90s?
Adult in the 90s.
Why is that?
I think for me it's just the
You
fact
get slow internet if you got internet at all.
Dial up.
For me, I think that's when it was like a good movement, at least for civil rights, in the form of hip hop. I'm a hip hop fanatic.
Okay, nice. That's what's up. No Uber either. Good hip hop. Who said 30 years from now or something like that? Go ahead.
As a person of color, I don't think it's the right choice to go back in time.
Okay. So you will go forward? Nice. I don't take this the wrong way, but you're essentially saying that you want to reap some benefits later of what it would be like to be a person. You want it to be a little bit easier. All right, cool. How do you guys, all right, love, we ready? Can we play this? I'm gonna go ahead and play what Martin Luther King said. He said when, it's like 2 minutes.
Thank you very kindly, my friends. As I listen to Ralph Abernathy,
That's good as it gets, believe it.
his eloquent and generous introduction, and then thought about myself, I wondered who he was talking about. It's always good to have your closest friend and associate to say something good about you. And Ralph Abernathy is the best friend that I have in the world. I'm delighted to see each of you here tonight in spite of a storm warning. You reveal that you are determined to go on anyhow. Something is happening in Memphis, something is happening in our world. And you know, if I was standing at the beginning of time with the possibility of taking a kind of general and panoramic view of the whole of human history up to now, and the Almighty has said to me, Martin Luther King, which age would you like to live in? I would take my mental flight by Egypt. And I would watch God's children in their magnificent trek from the dark dungeons of Egypt through, or rather across the Red Sea, through the wilderness on toward the Promised Land, in spite of its magnificence, I wouldn't stop there. I would move on by Greece and take my mind to Mount Olympus. And I would see Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, Euripides, and Aristophanes assembled around the Parthenon. And I would watch them around the Parthenon as they discuss the great and eternal issues of reality, but I wouldn't stop there. I would go on even to the great heyday of the Roman Empire. And I would see developments around there through various emperors and leaders, but I wouldn't stop there. I would even come up to the day of the Renaissance and get a quick picture of all that the Renaissance did for the cultural and aesthetic life of man, but I would even go by the way that the man for whom I'm named had his habitat. And I would watch Martin Luther as he tacks his 95 Theses on the door at the Church of Wittenberg, but I wouldn't stop there. I would come on up even to 1863 and watch a vacillating president by the name of Abraham Lincoln finally come to the conclusion that he had to sign the Emancipation Proclamation, but I wouldn't stop there. I would even come up to the early 30s and see a man grappling with the problems of the bankruptcy of his nation, and come with an eloquent cry that we have nothing to fear but fear itself, but I wouldn't stop there. Strangely enough, I would turn to the Almighty and say, if you allow me to live just a few years in the second half of the 20th century, I will be happy. Now that's a strange statement to make because the world is all messed up. The nation is sick. Trouble is in the land, confusion all around. That's a strange statement. But I know somehow that only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. And I see God working in this period of the 20th century in a way that men in some strange way are responding. Something is happening in our world. The masses of people are rising up, and wherever they are assembled today, in Johannesburg, South Africa, Nairobi, Kenya, Accra, Ghana, New York City, Atlanta, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, or Memphis, Tennessee, the cry is always the same: we want to be free. And another reason that I'm happy to live in this period is that we have been forced to a point where we're going to have to grapple with the problems that men have been trying to grapple with through history, but the demands didn't force them to do it. Survival demands that we grapple with them. Men for years now have been talking about war and peace. But now no longer can they just talk about it. It is no longer the choice between violence and non-violence in this world. It's non-violence or non-existence. That is where we are today. And also in the human rights revolution, if something isn't done and done in a hurry to bring the colored people of the world out of their long years of poverty.
Awesome. What year is it now? Or when did he say that? How much has time made a difference just on his own? Martin Luther King said, if you give me a few years in the end of the 20th century, I could do something. He said, time in his own, in one speech, is a neutral force, a phenomenon. It's neither good or bad. Some of our parents were born in that year or around that time. In another speech, he said there is a fierce urgency of now. When was his now again? 68, right? Fierce urgency of now, and time is neutral. Again, I told you guys I wanted to engage you and not just talk at you or have a PowerPoint or bring something for. I wanted you to be present. And this is not because I couldn't. Can somebody Google why we can't wait from MLK? And if you wouldn't mind, read a few of the lines from that. This is a workshop, and this is a speech, and I got something for you. But why we can't wait, and then shortly we'll be eating, so it's not all talking. We're going to eat in the middle, and we have a little bit of a case study in between that, and then we'll end it off. But in short, I don't know if anybody's on that phone labor, that Google labor. Your life is not that hard. But anyway, so a letter from a Birmingham jail. Have anybody heard of this letter from Birmingham jail? I see some hands, like this man. So some of you guys know the tenets. So Martin Luther King obviously was a reverend, right? He was a preacher. Leadership through his eyes came from the auspice of the faith of Christianity, which teaches you to be a suffering servant, to fight for liberal freedoms and social access, according to how Jesus did it. He said it's not the well who need a doctor, but the sick do. So, how many of you guys have jobs, right? You got a job, you're part of a club, whether it's a Greek organization or not, and you have contemporaries or colleagues, right? And sometimes on these teams or jobs or whatever, you want certain things and other people have a different timeline, right? So Martin Luther King was like, hey, we get lynched, we get whipped, we still have separate but equal access to bathrooms and hospitals and all that. And he was a Christian, and some of his other colleagues were Christian, black and white. But the white folks and his colleagues said, hey, your methodology is a little bit different. You're rushing, you're doing too much, and you're trying to move too fast. How many of you guys think Martin Luther King was moving too fast? So he said, I rarely dignify my critics with a response. He said, if I did, my secretaries, we'd never get anything done. If you had to address all your haters all the time, would you get anything done? I know I would. I've been there before. Anyway, so he said, why we can't wait. He said that the Negro or the black man was suffocating in a cage of poverty in amongst an affluent society. And that time wouldn't allow him to wait, and his colleagues didn't get it. And he wasn't in Birmingham because of not any specific reason, that he was there because he was asked to be there. And he said injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So, and other college campuses, and I'll speak to the ladies really quick. We see this an issue on college campuses, and I don't want to trigger anybody or anything, but we hear that rape on college campuses is an issue, right? And that's wrong. But when we call that as a dangerous precedent, if people can get away with it over here, Why not get away from it over here? So injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And that is lined with time. I have another snippet of a video, but I wanted to get you guys started eating soon, so catering should have the food out. I wanted us to be able to watch this one while we chow down a little bit, and we're gonna do something real fun while we eat. It might be fun for me to watch. But one thing I'm good at is talking, so I can talk for a long time. So we had time. Time right now. It's 2019, Happy New Year. Your new semester starts tomorrow. One day you'll miss this moment. We're gonna go ahead. Now I want you guys to be completely real with me, completely honest. I don't care if your teacher is in here, your RA is in here. We're gonna be all the way real and keep it above, as they say in my culture, the colloquialism for being very honest and candid. Or keep it 100, that's how some say. How many guys want to be noticed and seen for something you do well? Let me see your hand. You want to be noticed. You want some good attention, right? How many guys like to talk? Right? You like to talk. How many guys think you can do this? Hey, don't lie. I used to be here. I used to do that. And that's not anything wrong. So inherently, with everything you just answered, is there something wrong with that? Right? Is it wrong? Now, can it turn, so a guy who likes to talk, can that go to one extreme to like, all right, he's always talking? Or the other extreme is somebody never talks. I'm going to go ahead and, Yasmin, we're going to play the drum major instinct. Look like catering is coming. We're going to go ahead and play about 9 minutes of this video. And Martin Luther King said that in everybody, there's this thing called a drum major thing, where you want to lead, you want to be out front, you want to see. He talked about the ego. He said we can use that in a righteous way. But a lot of times, you talked about that analogous to race. Say your friend is real quiet, and you're the talker. How about we talk about something that matters and not just trivial things? So we're going to hear what Martin had to say on the topic about the drum major instinct to be out front, to lead, to do what we do. Go ahead, love.
I would like to use as a subject from which to preach the drum major instinct. The drum major instinct. And our text for the morning is taken from a very familiar passage in chapter as recorded by St. Mark. Beginning with the 35th verse of that chapter, we read these words. And James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came unto him, saying, Master, we would that thou shouldest do for us whatsoever we shall desire. And he said unto them, What would ye that I should do for you? And they said unto him, Grant unto us that we may sit, one on thy right hand and the other on thy left hand in thy glory. But Jesus said unto them, Ye know not what ye ask. Can ye drink of the cup that I drink of, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? And they said unto him, We can. And Jesus said unto them, Ye shall indeed drink of the cup that I drink, and with the baptism that I am baptized withal shall ye be baptized. But to sit on my right hand and on my left hand is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared. And then Jesus goes on toward the end of that passage to say, But so shall it not be among you, but whosoever will be great among you shall be your servant, and whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be servant of all. The setting is clear. James and John are making a specific request of the Master. They had dreamed, as most of the Hebrews dreamed, of a coming king of Israel who would set Jerusalem free and establish his kingdom on Mount Zion and in righteousness rule the world. And they thought of Jesus as this kind of king, and they were thinking of that day when Jesus would reign supreme as this new king of Israel. And they were saying, now, when you establish your kingdom,
Lovely.
let one of us sit on the right hand and the other on the left hand.
I just want to give you guys a quick context. James and John. So the Jewish people were under occupation by the Roman government. So they were a minority and they were occupied. So this is historical. So historically they felt occupied and oppressed and discriminated against. So when they came to Jesus, they saw him as the Messiah, the new Messiah, like the new king, the new ruler. And they asked him a very audacious request. It's like if you knew the next chancellor of this school, and you as a student, like, hey, when you become chancellor, can I be vice chancellor? Or when you become this, can I become vice president? Or put me in your cabinet. Yeah, I know I haven't finished school, but I'm ready. And most were like, hey man, just calm down, pump the brakes. And so in biblical context, Jesus was coming one time. This context is a story, not saying you have to believe it, as like a suffering servant to save the world, right? But it was prophesied in their history books and their texts that later in the Revelations that he would come and conquer the world and take down the oppressors and the sinners. All the oppression that people didn't like and all that, take out the bad guys. So they're like, hey, when you come back and take out the bad guys, can I rule up high with you? Can I be right in your cabinet, right hand and your left hand? And he's like, I don't think you know what you're asking. And can you take what I'm going to take? Because Jesus historically got beaten, was whipped, and suffered, and all that. So he didn't condemn their ambition or audacity, but he just told them to count the cost. You want the popularity in the space and to be seen and be heard, but can you take the sacrifice and what it takes? And the greatest person amongst you, some of the greatest people are servants, like this man we're talking about today. So you understand the history. It's like, hey, you're going to be vice president. Can I be vice? You're going to be president. Can I be vice? So it's about our audacity, being seen and heard. And I give you, it's called the drum major instinct. He goes to science too, so he uses this story. And we'll be done, and the food is getting set up. And we're going to take a dinner break, and we're going to come back and end, close with one more the workshop and a speech. There's a little social experiment I'm going to do. We'll get to that. We'll play the rest of this video. Hit it.
Now, very quickly, we would automatically condemn James and John. We would say they were selfish. Why would they make such a selfish request? But before we condemn them too quickly, let us look calmly and honestly at ourselves, and we will discover that we too have those same basic desires for recognition, for importance, that same desire for attention, that same desire to be first. Of course, the other disciples got mad with James and John, and you could understand why, but we must understand that we have some of the same James and John qualities. And that is deep down within all of us, an instinct. It's a kind of drum major instinct, a desire to be out front, a desire to lead the parade, a desire to be first. And it is something that runs the whole gamut of life. And so before we condemn them, let us see that we all have the drum major instinct. We all want to be important, ask others to achieve distinction, to lead aid. Alfred Adler, the great psychoanalyst, contends that this is the dominant impulse. Sigmund Freud used to contend that sex was the dominant impulse, and Adler came with a new argument saying that this quest for recognition, this desire for attention, this desire for distinction is the basic impulse, the basic drive of human life, this drum major instinct. And you know, we began early to ask life to put us first. Our first cry as a baby was a bid for attention. And all through childhood, the drum major impulse or instinct is a major obsession. Children ask life to grant them first place. They are a little bundle of ego. They have innately now in adult life we still have it, and we really never get by it. We like to do something, and you know, we like to be praised for it. Now if you don't believe that, you just go on living life, and you will discover very soon that you like to be praised. Everybody likes it, as a matter of fact. And somehow this warm glow we feel when we are praised, or when our name is in print, is something of the vitamin A to our ego. Nobody is unhappy when they are praised, even if they know they don't deserve it, and even if they don't believe it. The only unhappy people about praise is when praise is going too much towards somebody. But everybody likes to be praised because of this real drum major instinct. Do you know that a lot of the race problem grows out of the drum major instinct? A need that some people have to feel superior. A need that some people have to feel that they are first, and to feel that their white skin ordained them to be first. They have said over and over again, in ways that we see with our own eyes. In fact, not too long ago, a man down in Mississippi said that God was a charter member of the White Citizens Council. And so, God being the charter member means that everybody who's in that has a kind of divinity, a kind of superiority. And think of what has happened in history as a result of this perverted use of the drum major instinct. It's led to the most tragic prejudice, the most tragic expressions of man's inhumanity to man. I mean, not only does this thing go into the racial struggle, it goes into the struggle between nations. And I would submit to you this morning that what is wrong in the world today is that the nations of the world are engaged in a bitter, colossal contest for supremacy. And if some doesn't happen to stop this trend, I'm sorely afraid that we won't be here to talk about Jesus Christ and about God and about brotherhood too many more years. If somebody doesn't bring an end to this suicidal thrust that we see in the world today, none of us are going to be around, because somebody is going to make the mistake through our senseless blunderings of dropping a nuclear bomb somewhere, and then another one is going to drop. And don't let anybody fool you. This can happen within a matter of seconds. They have 20 megaton bombs in Russia right now that can destroy a city as big as New York in 3 seconds with everybody wiped away in every building. And we can do the same thing to Russia and China. But this is where we have drifted, and we're drifting there because nations are caught up with the drum major instinct. I must be first. I must be supreme. Our nation must rule the world. And I am sad to say that the nation in which we live is the supreme culprit. And I'm going to continue to say it to America, because I love this country too much to see the drift that it has taken. God didn't call America to do what she's doing in the world now. God didn't call America to engage in a senseless, unjust war as a war in Vietnam. And we are criminals in that war. We have committed more war crimes almost than any nation in the world. And I'm going to continue to say it. And we won't stop it because of our pride and our arrogance as a nation. But God has a way of even putting nations in their place. The God that I worship has a way of saying, don't play with me. He has a way of saying, as the God of the Old Testament used to say, the Hebrews, don't play with me, Israel. Don't play with me, Babylon. Be still and know that I'm God. If you don't stop your reckless course, I'll rise up and break the backbone of your power. And that can happen to America. Every now and then I go back and read Gibbon's Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. And when I come and look at America, I say to myself, the parallels are frightening. We have perverted the drum major instinct. But let me rush on to my conclusion, because I want you to see what Jesus was really saying. What was the answer that Jesus gave these men?
All right.
It's very interesting. One would have thought.
The I want to be first, I need to be seen or heard instinct, or what he called the drum major instinct, the person who's in front of the band with the whistle in their mouth, drumming, leading the show. Now again, we said that can be either be good or bad. You know what I mean? It's a neutral instinct. He quoted a scientist about ego. Boy, you guys look tired. Some of you guys like, man, this is heavy. Some like, I enjoy it, but good luck. There's food right behind you. We'll be getting to that in like 3 minutes, not even. We're going to take a break and have dinner. And we're going to come back to the end. We're going to close it out and have a lot of fun. Hope you guys stay with me. I want you guys to reflect on that and be mindful for a minute. The drum major instinct, you can call it the superstar instinct, the Cardi B instinct. That makes sense to anybody? The Kanye instinct. You know what I mean? Listen, if I go to your Instagram right now and your Facebook, I'm gonna see some of that instinct popping up. Some of y'all already know. So, if anybody, we have 2 quick real reflections. If somebody wanted to say something or speak to that, this is not a monologue. I'm not that old, so I'm not that far removed from you guys. No problem with people being old. Hey, I'm from the hood, so the point is to keep on living. So respect to all the elders in the room. All right, so if we have no open reflections, I got anybody with that drum major instinct, with that good spirit, you want to be involved. I got something I want to do with a few people. We're not going to do it right away, but I need to know for later on, anybody wants to participate. And I need like 11 folks, and I need like 1 table. So anybody want to be engaged? We're going to shake it up a little bit. That's why I ain't got no paper and a PowerPoint. Young, fresh, like who wants to be engaged? Let me see some hands. Anybody who wants to be a part of a little, yeah, I got 1, 2, don't be shy. Let the drum make 3, drum make 3, 4, 5. Oh, this feels like an auction. All right, oh, 6, there we go. Come on. 7, yes. Yes. Anybody else? 8. Oh, there we go. 9. I like this. We should just keep counting. Counting has never been so fun. Is that 9? I need 2 more people. 11. I mean 10, 11. Now I'm messing up counting. I need to get like ABC 9. Anyway, I went to a public school and a private school. Don't judge me. All right. So I had 11 people. Can I see those hands in the air real quick? All right. So I'm going to do something. This table right here, I need all the people who's participating to sit at one table together. All right? Can I hijack this table from you guys? I don't know if you can reallocate yourselves. I'm trying to be the least occupied and populated table that I think is you. So if we can just take your table, it's going to be pretty awesome. Where are my drum majors at? Can you like gather your things and shift over there? And we're going to eat pretty soon. Like we're going to. After I get them seated, we're going to eat. I need 11 folks. Yes. Yes. You're the brave ones. You're the great ones. You're serving now. And Yasmin, there's a yellow notebook behind you. I want to put at that table. I want to put it there. All right. So the rest of you guys are going to eat very soon. We got 11 people at that table. 11 folks. I need a spokesperson at that table. Who's the spokesperson? Spokesperson, you're going to have to document a few things. You sure? You ready? So, all right, if I can have everybody's attention really quick. If I can get everybody's attention, we're eating in like 60 seconds. All right, so this table I just hijacked, all these people are going to be, some of them are going to be blindfolded, and some of them are going to have a painting mask on, and they're going to have to wait to eat. Don't worry, you're the great ones though. Listen, you're only going to wait about 15 minutes, but here's my deal. You guys ready for the deal? They're going to wait to eat. A few are going to be blindfolded. A few are going to be masked. It's going to be one spokesperson who writes and documents. But the rest of you guys are going to be privileged enough to eat in front of them while they wait. You can wait to eat with them or not, or you can just eat. But a few of them won't even see what you're eating, see what you got access to, what you get to eat. And some might see it, but they can't really say it or communicate to the other. They can feel it, though. And I have, what's your name?
Oh, I don't have paper. Hannah will be documenting it.
Oh, are you ducking the documented piece? We're only going to have one notebook and one pen over there. And the rest of you guys are going to be released to eat. They're going to wait a little bit longer. I know you're tough. Hang in there. I want to document this experience. If you choose to wait to eat with them, that's fine. If you don't want to wait, just eat. It's part of the experience. You got access, you got privilege to eat, you don't have to wait for them. You guys, you're the strong ones, you're the great servants. We'll start on this edge, like these 2 tables here. You guys want to go ahead and grab food? I grab food. These are brand new. They're like right out of Sherman Williams store, except for that one that just fell. But other than that, so let's go ahead and get you guys tied up a little bit. And trust me, nobody get hurt. We'll all eat. But these first 3 tables on this row, you guys can go ahead and eat. And we'll just do like tables by 3s, and we'll just go ahead. And I don't know how they want to serve you, but you'll get served, or is it's just buffet. You just go grab it. So go ahead. No, go eat. Get up. Get up. Go get your plate. Even if if you want to wait, you can still bring your food back to your table, but go eat. So first 2 tables, 3 tables over here. Yes, I have loud call.